Good afternoon, all my fellow illusion destroyers. Shout out to my notification crew filling up in the chat box. Welcome, welcome, everybody. It's been a few days, so I figured I'd go live here from the Geerage and talk to you guys about some things that I have going on, some things that I have coming up, and we could chat about everything going on in the world, what's going on the last few days. And Lord knows there's plenty to talk about. We could chat about Epstein, all the little details we're hearing about that. Google getting exposed for its censoring, and then Google servers going down today, and plenty of other stuff to chat about. So first, we'll start with what I've been working on and what I have coming up. So right now I'm preparing to go to California later this week, actually. Go to the Dimensions of Disclosure conference. So I've been working on my presentation for that. I just heard that the conference sold out, so that's awesome. That's exciting. There's going to be a lot of people there. And you can, if you want to watch it, though, you can watch it on live stream. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to check it out, see what the conference is about, who's going to be there. If you want to check it live on the internet, you know, the magic of this internet we have at our fingertips. We can look up any sort of information we want. We can educate ourselves, become experts on various topics. See things, of course, that are going on across the country or across the world instantly. You guys hanging out with me right now. You know, beautiful. Wonders of the internet. So, yeah. You can check out that link just if you want to watch it live, and I'll be there later this week. And I'm excited because I'm actually going to this event with a filmmaker buddy of mine. So normally I go to these events solo, and it's already so difficult doing what I'm doing there, talking to people, giving my presentations, lectures, and what do they call those? The panels and whatnot. So having an extra set of hands there that'll be able to film some stuff, vlog with me, help me edit this stuff, it'll be great. So I'll be able to get out a lot of videos from this one. I've always wanted to vlog in the past at the various events I've went to and whatnot, but just been way too busy. So it'll be great this weekend, and for those of you joining, it'll be fun. My presentation should be awesome. It'll be great seeing people there that I've never met before, but whose work I've studied and been grateful for from afar. Be meeting Bill Binney there, Robert David Steele. It'd be good to gauge their energy. It's always different in person than, of course, on the internet, email, and whatnot. So yeah, excited, most definitely excited for that. So that'll be the next week, and then a couple weeks after that, of course, 9/11, the Great Awakening rally that's going to be in Washington, D.C. there on September 11th there, I think right next to the Lincoln Memorial, Washington Monument there, one of the quadrants that they usually let people rally right there on the National Mall, and stoked for that too. Also going to get plenty of video footage on that one. See some people asking about 8chan. We'll talk about that in a sec. 8chan's coming back. It is coming back. A lot of people thinking it's going to be gone forever, but I think it's coming back as per Jim Watkins' own statements. So we'll discuss that. But yeah, Great Awakening rally. That'll be a good time too. That'll be interesting. Who's all going? You guys going to that? Better be, man, I don't even know what to prepare for. No doubt there's probably going to be interesting folk there. Maybe people are trying to cause a ruckus. I hope not. Should be fine. But who knows? Might be different kinds of infiltrators. People are just asking you questions, trying to figure out stuff. So, but we're just there to make our voices heard. I'll definitely be bringing that. Definitely be bringing the yellow vest for that one, most for sure. And after the Great Awakening rally there in DC, I was going to go to that Digital Soldiers Conference. It's going to be held in Atlanta on September 14th. I was going to go there because, of course, it was promoted that General Flynn was going to be the keynote speaker, and then he was going to be, you know, holding a meet and greet or maybe a dinner there at the event. That's what was promoted at first by whoever organized this event, but we later come to find out that General Flynn wasn't going, as per a statement from his lawyer, Sidney Powell. She said that he won't be going, attending that. The person who's, I guess, organizing it, or one of the people involved, said some really stupid things to a mainstream media outlet, basically stuck his foot in his mouth. So that's just bad move on his part. Now he's got to deal with the repercussions, the consequences, deal with a lot of people pulling out of his conference, and a bad look there, really bad look. Disrespectful to a lot of people. So not going to that. So be coming back to HQ after that one. But I'll be working on some projects after that as well. Some stuff that I've got cooking up. Keeping on the down low right now. But next couple months will be pretty interesting, pretty crazy. So let's talk 8chan. As per Jim Watkins is the owner of 8chan. His last video update that he released on his YouTube channel, I think it was just a few days, it might have been about 6 days ago now. He put this a couple days out after his official statement where he was behind the green screen at the desk and he was talking about the 8chan getting deplatformed. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it very much. So this he uploaded a couple days after that, maybe 5 or 6 days ago. Anyway, it's when he was in Reno. He was here in America doing some stuff. That's, of course, when Department of Homeland Security said that they wanted him to come talk to them, which they are not doing now until September 5th. But when Jim Watkins was in Reno a few days ago, he uploaded a video to his YouTube channel, and he basically said that 8chan right now is voluntarily down. They're keeping it down voluntarily until Jim Watkins speaks in front of the Department of Homeland Security Committee, the Congressional Committee on Homeland Security, until Jim Watkins speaks to them on the 5th. Then after that, it looks like 8chan is going to be back up. He said he's voluntarily keeping it down till then he's going to put it back up. So I don't think Q's down forever. I don't think 8chan's most definitely not down forever. I don't think Q's gone, but I think we're doing just fine right now over the last, week and a half or two without Q here. We are, I mean, plenty of news to discuss. We're all much better analyzers, much better thinkers than we were a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, before Q came along and sort of helped us out, helped us see things clearer from the behind-the-scenes perspective. We're doing just fine. In fact, there's many things to be grateful about with Q being dark right now, 8chan being down right now, them not able to post through Q. Just look at the positives. A lot of people out there I'm seeing, they're fearful, they're getting to that mindset, what if Q never posts again, what are we gonna do, et cetera, et cetera. Like, yeah, prepare for the worst, but hope for the best, and put your focus and your energy behind that best outcome. Prepare for the worst, but again, if Q never comes back, we still have citizen journalists out there, a lot of them, more and more every day still, covering all this sort of stuff. They're still getting more traction, more engagement on their posts than the mainstream media. Many of these blue check mark, mainstream media writers, shills, trolls, controlled opposition people even. The citizen journalist is just sort of where it's at right now in terms of people who are independent enough to tell the truth and don't have any strings being pulled on them to tell the truth, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's all good. It's all good in the hood, no matter what happens. Just be able to roll with the change. Be adaptable. Survival of the most adaptable. It's not survival of the fittest, because fittest is a different context for fittest. It's survival of the most adaptable. You just got to adapt. Just got to keep working on your work. Don't focus on this extraneous stuff. And keep getting the information out there on whatever platforms you can, whatever platforms that won't censor you in this day and age. Epstein, seeing a lot of comments on Epstein. Let me scroll up here. Thoughts on Epstein signing his will? Yeah, let's just go through some of the details that we've figured out in recent days. Some of these things I might cover, you may or may not have heard, but this is just stuff that I've seen over the weekend that I don't think I've talked about here yet. They said Epstein died from suicide by hanging, or whatever the case. We know that's not the case. Or if it was the case, somebody hung him. He didn't hang himself. Let's see here. There was the news about the cement truck being bought, and then Epstein basically like delivered it to his house. Bought it for $50K or $100K or something like that, and paid an express bill of ladling to get that super duper quick ship to his place. Bury the evidence. Anons knew that though. If you've been following Q for a while, Q told us a while ago, not exactly sure when, a while ago, might have even been 2018, but Epstein or somebody spending $29 million to bury the tunnels, bury whatever's under the island. Yeah, Anons knew that. How about the photos of Ghislaine? Somebody told me you pronounce her name Ghislaine, but does she deserve to have her name pronounced correctly? Ghislaine Maxwell, her In-N-Out photos, the photos that were taken allegedly in Southern California at an In-N-Out burger. Weird photos, really weird photos. Like one, she had her glasses on, the other she didn't. She was like posing for both of them. What? Posing? I think I saw an article in the Daily Mail come out today that said those were staged. Those were obviously staged. Staged and even probably photoshopped, which, quite obviously, Photoshop her in there, stage it to make it look like she's in California when she's more than likely not there. And did you see the book? Did you see the book in her hands? It was, what was it called? The Lives and Deaths of Secret CIA Operatives or something like that. That was the book in her hands. So it was obviously a staged photo or even a shopped photo to send a message and to make it look like that she's, you know, in California when she's probably not there. So misdirection. And who's that message to with that book? Secret Lives and Deaths of CIA Operatives. And some people even pointed out that she might have even written a review on Amazon from an account that said G.Maxwell, a review of this book. I don't exactly know too many of the details on that one. Didn't get too deep into that. But clearly a message. Staged photo. And a video of Prince Andrew. Yeah, everybody's getting dragged down in this sinking ship, right? A video of Prince Andrew that was released. Again, the Daily Mail, man. If you want details on the Daily Mail, or on Epstein, I mean, go through the Daily Mail. They've been our, like, they've been our Q in, per se, in Q's absence. But somebody at the Daily Mail has connections, or they're getting details, or they're getting, you know, they're willing to play ball and report the truth, so somebody behind the scenes is giving them the tips. And that's how it is in this day and age, man. The Patriots are most definitely in control. And if you take what that statement means, the context of that, that means with all this stuff going on behind the scenes, not being reported in the mainstream media is co-opted as shit. They're reporting lies. If any of them are willing to report some truth in not just mainstream media, but all media, they're going to get the help. They're going to get the support. We know Sarah Carter and John Solomon, two more mainstream reporters, they're willing to report some of that truth, so they're getting help. Daily Mail is likely getting tips. Just keep it up, guys. Keep it up. But anyway, that video of Prince Andrew, it was taken 10 years ago. It was taken back in 2010. But no doubt, Jeffrey Epstein opens the door to his Manhattan mansion, gets out, and then the video rolls for about a minute and a half, and then towards the end, the door opens up again. You can see Prince Andrew's face. Oh man, sinking ship, right? So, there's that. That's about all. I mean, it's like every day we're getting one detail or one story leak out, spreads around, you know, people share it. Next day. And a lot of people have theories on how Epstein died. Of course, very few people are buying the suicide narrative. So a lot of people are questioning, you know, who did it, how they do it, et cetera, et cetera. The official narrative we're getting is obviously BS, and I think you guys have heard some of my theories or thoughts or opinions on all this. Some people thinking the deep state did it, sure, maybe. You know, I'm sort of leaning more towards he got John McCain'd. You Q folk know what that actually means. Or he got tribunaled, or whatever you want to call it. You know, they Won't get into all the context of that, but for those of you following Q, you understand what I mean. And now they're just rolling these stories out bit by bit just to acclimate the public to this sort of stuff and getting the public questioning. You know, everybody's a conspiracy theorist now. So it just seems like the Patriots are actually in control with this whole situation too. So just think of it that way. Maybe the deep state didn't get him. Maybe the white hats are doing this very strategically for the optics of it all. But anyway, that's that. We can move on into talking about Google. Holy moly, Google. Google getting exposed. That new, basically, whistleblower coming out, Zachary, and he's doing the rounds, doing interviews everywhere. You know, shout out to him for being brave enough to show his face, put his name out there, and just discuss what Google's really doing. What Google is really doing. And it's sick stuff. They are literally brainwashing us. They're framing public opinion with what they're doing, manipulating the search algorithms. And it makes you wonder, like, I think back, how did that phrase, just Google it, enter the public consciousness, enter into public domain? Just Google it, you know? Was that something strategically inserted to a bunch of different media productions, Hollywood TV shows, stuff like that, to get it out there and subconsciously make everybody go to Google to research anything, and then, of course, what comes up first? What comes up in the first 5 pages, 10 pages on Google? It's all the brainwashing stuff. No matter what you search, whether it's medical information or physics stuff, it's all the approved narratives, okay? And shoot, I mean, who seriously goes past like the 3rd or 4th page when they're Googling anything? So it's not like Google has to manipulate much with the searches they do, but still, search anything, and the first, especially go click the news tab. Pages, just pages of fake news media. So with New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, NBC, or you get some, quote, alternative that's not really alternative media organization like Alternet or other ones like that. Reason.com, not very reasonable. Or Snopes. So it's funny, you get one of those fact checkers, right? Or if you're not searching news or on the news tab, even if you search something in the main box, anything, especially conspiracy theories, especially anything they want to censor. But we could talk about health. First pages that come up, WebMD, Mayo Clinic, this super popular hospital, that popular hospital. It's all just the same BS. It's the same, just approved narratives getting out there. So you got to understand how really impactful Google is into brainwashing the public, okay? So if anybody wants to go search something, they go to Google, they search it, boom, they get the brainwashing right to their fingertips. So it's next level. And you know, people are Googling stuff a lot more than they're watching TV. Not as many people watch TV quite as much these days, so that's why a lot of that money that used to get funneled into like TV news is now getting funneled into how do they manicure the internet for their means. You know, how do they get their websites, their narratives to the top of the searches and what everybody thinks. So yeah, you know, what Google's doing is bigger than a lot of people realize. And you know, funny enough, Donald Trump today tweeted about Google basically manipulating search algorithms so much so during the 2016 election season that it lost, apparently, Donald Trump a lot of votes. Not enough. They didn't do a good enough job in 2016, did they? According to the deep state. Look who won. Not Clinton. But nevertheless, it could have been even bigger. So Donald Trump tweeted, said, hey, Google should be sued. Absolutely, they should be sued. Should be a lot of things looked at in terms of Google. How the heck did they even get started? What sort of investment funds helped them out in the beginning? Venture capital. So, and then right after, just hour or two after Donald Trump tweeted that, somebody should sue Google, Google goes down. saw a map of Google outage today in America, and it was red blotches everywhere. So Google goes down, and it's the same damn thing that happened when Q was outing the Xbox stuff. How some of the deep staters communicate on, Xbox Live, or when Q has mentioned Facebook, something about Facebook, and then a few hours later, Facebook went down. After Q said the Xbox thing, Xbox Live goes down. So, same thing, Once they get put on blast, they're like, oh shit, something's coming. We better take our servers down and scrub the data, scrub the incriminating evidence as fast as we can. Totally what's going on with Google today. So, that's that. What else, man? What else you guys want to chat about? Greenland? Greenland? Funny story about Greenland. Heard the news that Donald Trump wants to buy Greenland. A lot of people are like, what the heck? Even me, I was like, what the heck? Greenland. Yeah, it's probably got a lot of natural resources and blah, blah, blah. There's the 3D reasons, but if we look at the deeper reasons, I'm thinking like, what's going on with Greenland? What's really there? Is Greenland like a mini Antarctica where there's probably some secret stuff there they don't want us to know about? Might have some esoteric history that we don't really know about? Who knows? The first thing I actually thought when I heard Greenland, I thought to last year. Remember there was that giant explosion that occurred over Greenland near Tool Air Force Base. Remember that? And they said it was a big asteroid. They said it was a big asteroid that blew up in the atmosphere and nobody saw it. Nobody saw it till it exploded. And I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that nobody saw it. It was this magic asteroid that exploded. Somebody would have seen it. Somebody would have seen it. I'm not buying asteroid. I'm buying maybe some sort of black operation that went south, or maybe something was being taken out somewhere by someone. Secret craft. Who knows? Yeah, Tool. Like the Tool Island off Antarctica. Like the Tool Society back in the World War II era. German secret society. Thule. Very interesting that they call that one Tool Air Force Base in Greenland, right? But anyway, thing exploded. So I'm wondering, man. I'm wondering if there's something more to get in Greenland. I'm wondering if there, again, is, like something buried under the ice, some ancient hidden history. Synchronistically enough, I was reading a book, or I was reading some information yesterday about the hollow Earth ideas and the expanding Earth ideas, and some science and information about Earth's true history and the true physics of it, etc. But this was basically saying, if our Earth was expanding and going through various pole shifts and whatnot, Greenland could have been maybe before in sort of a subtropical area, much like Antarctica likely was. I mean, they're at opposite ends of the Earth, right? So if there was a pole shift, then maybe Greenland didn't have ice in not too long ago, because there was a cycle change about 12,000 years ago, probably a solar flash, and a lot of other things happened to the last civilization that was here, if you want to say it that way. So, interesting. I was going through this just research, and then Greenland pops up, and I was like, holy crap, Greenland. Just heard Greenland in the news a couple days ago, so that was just really synchronistic thing to me. And so I'm wondering, what else? I saw an interesting Instagram post from Chester Bennington's sister. She posted an Instagram post today, not too long ago today, and it was a photo of just her and Chester, I'm assuming. And then the caption of the photo said, it was talking about Epstein's suicide, and she said, is it a coincidence that all these folks are dying by suicide? Hashtag Bill Clinton body count. Crazy stuff. And picture of, her and Chester Bennington. So that's something, isn't it? That's something. Things that make you go, And then last thing, and then I'll take some questions and comments and whatnot from you guys. I saw a study I saw it reported in the mainstream media, but then I read the mainstream media articles and their spin on it was crock of shit. New study came out in JAMA, Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA. So one of those top 5 medical journals. You know, that's how the deep state operates. They centralize everything. So they centralize media. You got 5 corporations that own like 95% of media. Same thing in the medical system. You got 5 journals that publish pretty much all the research out there. 5 science journals, 5, you know, they centralize. That's how they, that's their modus operandi. So in one of their centralized journals, the JAMA, there was a study that came out that said fluoride exposure during pregnancy will lower the IQ of basically the baby, the child, as they grow up. And this study was published. There was an editor's note from the journal, which is apparently like the first editor's note that they've ever had to put on a study, or that guy's ever put on a study that was being talked about in this mainstream media article. And then the wash, so the spin that the media tried to put on it. They said, well, basically the FDA didn't care, the CDC didn't care. Studies like this are going to be way too difficult to do in the future, and it's all just conspiratorial stuff. Oh, anti-fluoridators are like the anti-vaxxers. This was an article in the Daily Beast, okay? So if you're familiar with the Daily Beast, you know that it sucks. And it actually said that anti-fluoridators were like the pre-anti-vaxxers. It's all conspiracy stuff anyway. So they're trying to wash it. Oh God, it's hilarious how even when they do let a little bit of science, a little bit of truth at the public domain, they just wash it in any which way they can. Even when it comes to fluoride, which if you don't have any fluoride in your brain, you can easily put the dots together and be like, what the heck is this? Why are we drinking this stuff? There's no such thing as a fluoride deficiency. There's no process in your body that requires sodium fluoride to function. And in fact, there's many processes in your body that if you have sodium fluoride in your body, or hydroxylic acid, if I'm getting that right, it harms you. Fluoride will harm your thyroid. It'll harm your brain, especially your pineal gland. It'll harm your kidneys. Man, bones. It actually causes your bones to molt and pit. Doesn't make your bones or teeth stronger. Come on, guys. Backwards world. Understand that. Backwards world. Basically, everything they say, just flip it 180, and if you don't have the truth, you're pretty close to the truth, right? GMOs are good. No, they're not. We need them to feed the world. No, we don't. Get your vaccines. You need them. No, you don't. They're good for your immune system. No, they're not. Get your fluoride. It'll help your teeth get stronger. No, it doesn't. We have no idea how gravity works. We can't control it. Well, some humans already figured it out. They just keep it secret, right? Aliens don't exist. Yeah, they do. Q's fake. Q's a conspiracy. No, it's not. I should do a video, just like a 10-minute YouTube video like that. Anyway, so we'll go through some questions, comments here. Oh, there was one thing someone brought up. I saw it earlier. Hong Kong. There's some stuff about Hong Kong here. Yeah. What are my thoughts on the Hong Kong protesters spray painting Pepe? Pepe. How funny is that we're seeing Pepe go international? And I've seen the photos of the Hong Kong protesters holding up the American flags and just protesting communism, saying that they want democracy there, basically something more democratic, more representative of the people. And Pepe, I saw in the New York Times, they were trying to say Pepe is a hate symbol. Trying to get ahead of that story, wash it any way they can. I love Pepe, man. Pepe's the best. Pepe memes, Pepe gifs. The main reason I miss the Chans is Pepe memes. Memes in general. But a great place for some research, too. Oh, MMS, that's what I want to discuss. I did see that, yes. Fox News put out a very bad article on MMS, and it was just the same. It was the same rhetoric, the same news wires that all the media gets. They get it from that central source. Again, centralization. And yeah, same, just rhetorical. Oh, it's bleach. It's toxic. People are using it to cure autism. Blah, blah, blah. And that's the, on one side, it's the unfortunate thing about chlorine dioxide, about MMS, is that it's very easy for somebody to get caught up with the false narratives about it just because how much they're censoring it. You know, I've had videos taken down on YouTube, posts removed on Twitter and Facebook, everywhere. They've removed books on Amazon that other people have written. Lots of censoring going on about chlorine dioxide. And I mean, it's very easy for them to attempt to discredit. There's a lot of easy narratives, just quick one-liners, oh, it's drinking bleach, that they can put out there. But that's why I talk about it so much, because I've used it before, I'm very familiar with it, I have the experience, and I know what they're saying is bullshit. So yes, I will shout it from the rooftops that no, MMS is not a drinking bleach. And it's a much more complex conversation than they're having about it, than they're admitting or printing. Okay? It's a very complex thing. It's not a drinking bleach. You can go to frickin' REI or go onto Amazon and find potable water tablets where the active ingredient is chlorine dioxide. They sell tooth whitening products for cats and frickin' dogs where the active ingredient is, oh shit, you guessed it, chlorine dioxide. So they can attack it very easily, and they do very hard, but at the same time, if you know it, and if you're a keen observer, it's very easy to point out their contradictions and then tell the truth about it. And I know the truth about it, so I just like to watch people call it a toxic drinking bleach and say that Jordan's promotes toxic drinking bleach, blah, blah, blah. That's the easiest way to spot shills right there. Very easy for me to do that, because I know they're wrong. They're most definitely scared of the truth coming out. Yes. Yes, Deborah. I do agree. That's why they censor so much. That's why they've been lying to us for 100 years, 1,000 years. God damn. Thousands of years they've been lying to us. Thank you for the super chat. Can I recommend any good books? Oh, you gotta give me a topic there. You gotta give me a category. Good books. If you're into health, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy by Paul Chek. Highly recommend that book, pretty much to anybody. It's fantastic. Exercises, discussion of postural distortions, your biomechanics in there, good food advice, good nutrition advice, good stuff. There's that. Right now, I'm going back through the Law of One, just because I'm trying to find something that just blow my mind, expand my horizons, and quite honestly, sometimes it can be tough for me to find stuff that really blows my mind these days. Going back through the Law of One, going through some hermetics, and I'm actually reading a lot of old science, so books from like the 1950s and 60s. I was reading a little bit of Walter Russell's work, but Dewey B. Larson, his book, The Structure of the Physical Universe, and then I think it's Beyond Newton or something. Anyway, I'm reading a lot of great science that completely debunks Einstein. Picks apart all the things that Einstein had wrong and discusses how mainstream science, again, backwards world, ass backwards. And the reason why Einstein is so popular is because in the early, when he was coming out with his ideas and his theories, a lot of scientists just got caught up with it really quick, and it was likely some help, from the powers that be, but it got pushed to the forefront, even Einstein himself said there's probably some stuff wrong with it, but that didn't get pushed. His general theory of relativity got pushed, and it leads down so many dead ends. And it's not just the standard model of physics, general relativity, but it's also quantum mechanics. There's a lot of dead ends in quantum mechanics too. And these two areas of physics, the very large and the very small, they're having a tough time merging and finding that unified field theory. Well, Dewey B. Larson, in my opinion, has found the closest thing that we have to a theory of everything. and it just blows away both quantum physics and standard model physics. You know, I think a lot of stuff in quantum physics is even promoted to lead us down dead ends. I don't even like that word quantum. It's very confusing. I can't grasp it conceptually. And it comes with a lot of preconceived notion too. So, yeah, Dewey B. Larson, man, look at his stuff. If you really want to mind expander, you can find his books for free. Just type in Dewey B. Larson, like PDF book or something like that. Let's see here. Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. Been meaning to get into that one, but I don't have it. Could Kindle it, I guess, but just going through some older stuff right now. Really trying to get back to the fundamentals of everything, because it's we get so lost down these theories that, of course, they promote in the mainstream, and you have to unlearn, then relearn. Great quote. Can't remember who said it, but it essentially said, the illiterate of the 21st century won't be those who can't read and write, but those who can't unlearn and relearn. So I want to know how physics actually operates, how space and time work together. What the heck is gravity? If I talk so much about anti-gravity in the secret space program, well, let's just get down to the nitty-gritty. How does this gravity stuff work? Where do we come from? I don't want to get caught up with that one religious book or that one scripture over there. I want to take all the mythologies together, put them in a big boiling pot, see what you get. Any thoughts on the Family documentary and its connection to Trump and Q? Thank you for the super chat, Andrew. You are the second person to mention that to me today, so maybe I should watch it. I know it's a documentary on Netflix, and it's like one of the top ones they're promoting, so it's probably some whitewashed bullshit, but I'll give you my thoughts on it. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. Ooh, Manly P. Hall. Yeah, I've got his book, his big old thick one that I've been meaning to go through. That's on one of my next reads, my next read list. And a lot of people get turned off that, oh, Manly P. Hall was a Freemason. That must mean he's a devil worshiper, blah, 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 but it's not so black and white, guys. Yes, Freemasonry has been heavily infiltrated, but just because somebody labels themselves as a Freemason doesn't automatically make them bad people. And if you actually look at what Manly P. Hall was saying, what he was putting in his books, I think he was a guy that got some inside sources, got some inside knowledge, and he wanted to get it out there to help the world. So I don't negatively resonate with Manly P. Hall's work. Then again, I haven't gone through that big thick book yet, but you know, it's kind of same idea that you can't blanket label the government. People say, oh, the government's bad. Can't trust the government. Well, it depends on who. I'm sure there's some good people in the government, right? Yeah. You can't just throw the blanket on them and say everybody in government is bad. That's kind of what the deep state wants you to think, right? They either want you to love the government or hate them all. Because if you're one of those sides, then you're never going to do anything. Everybody that loves the government will just take them at their word, right? Take all the official narratives for what they are. But then if you hate the government, you're going to be one of those folks that just gets disenfranchised with anything, doesn't think about it, doesn't want to be near it. Boom, you're not going to make a difference. Right? It's like saying money is bad. Some people say the root of all evil, or the love of money is the root of all evil. I don't necessarily think so, because it depends on what you're doing with that money. Why you love the money, okay? If you love the money just to buy yourself some materialistic shit and blow it on drugs and hookers, yeah, that's pretty stupid. But what if your dream is to build a laboratory where you're going to build some free energy device to hook this city up or this town up on some 0-point energy, and they never have to pay their electricity bills again, you know? What if you're trying to get money now to build something to really change the world in a positive way? You know, you want to build a nutrition company or some free energy laboratory, you know, something like that. Is it bad to love money then? I don't know. I don't think so. In my eyes, you know, people ask, I have this conversation with people. I'm like, what I want to do is build or help to create a society, create a paradigm where we don't even need money. We get those technologies disclosed. We are able to build free energy devices, off-grid our homes, get this technology out there. Make a world without money. How great would that be? But nevertheless, we got to deal with it in the meantime, right? Which sucks. But I actually think it's coolest to use their tools that they created to enslave and subjugate us back against them. So I think it's freaking amazing that we are using social media that they created to track us, to monitor us, to influence our lives. We're using social media to wake up the world by spreading memes and articles and information. Oh my God. Talk about irony. They created this fiat bullshit Babylonian money magic system to enslave us, to keep us poor, to siphon our energy. Why not figure out marketing, figure out business, figure out ways to use this whole system they created right back at them? Figure out how to market your own information, your brand that helps wake people up. Cannot wait for Nazara Gazara. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. I was waiting for it like 8 years ago. The revaluation's gonna come. Oh my God, we're gonna get a bunch of money handed to us tonight. Tonight. It was always tonight's gonna happen. It's gonna be tonight forever, man. That's what they want you thinking too. They want you waiting for a savior. Whether your savior is Nazara, some money that's just their prosperity funds, you know, some white hats behind the scenes, you're just gonna be able to flip a switch and release $1 trillion to all of us. Whether that's your savior, whether your savior is aliens, ETs, whether your savior is this being, that being, whatever you heard from whatever religion, they don't want you realizing that the savior is us. It's our damn selves. It's what you got in here. They want you externalizing it, because then that makes you docile, apathetic, easier to control. You won't do much if you think you're going to be saved tomorrow, right? It's not the case. Nobody saves you but yourself, okay? Nobody wakes you up but yourself. See a lot of people, you know, they get upset when I call out or put my thoughts out there about controlled opposition and fakers and fraudsters. They get upset. They go, oh, but so-and-so woke so many people up. They woke me up. They didn't wake you up. You woke yourself up. You save yourself. You just chose to use the tools provided to wake yourself up, right? Same thing with being saved. There's just tools. Sure, that person's information or this book or this knowledge base, they can be tools and help you wake yourself up. Nobody wakes you up but yourself. Sorry, guys. Nobody saves you but yourself. So, super chat here. I kind of missed that one. Thank you, Carolyn. Appreciate it. Where are the Anons chatting? Do they have any website? As far as I know, I don't know. I know there's a group on Gab called the Great Awakening Group. You can go there. There's some Q Facebook groups and whatnot. I have my Destroying the Illusion Facebook group, but that's all I know, you know? It's all I'm familiar with. So I would say you can either wait till 8chan's back, maybe branch out. Some people asking me about other shows on Netflix. Hey guys, this especially goes for documentaries. If you see something on Netflix, question it, especially documentaries. There's some documentaries on Netflix that people are thinking are trying to help full disclosure. They're not realizing that pretty much everything on Netflix is gonna have an angle. Or they're gonna have it on there for some angle. All right, guys, that's about all for this one. I think I've gone through as much as I wanted to talk about and ranted, discussed with you guys. Enough for this one. So, I'm going to be releasing some videos this week, this upcoming weekend. They're going to be a different variety. You know, I can't, of course, go live as easily when I'm out on the road. So, just be some stuff coming. I think you guys will like it. I'm going to try to get away from doing some people upset by some things I've said. It's okay. You'll see the bigger picture. I'm just here to help you along with it. Yeah, so I'm going to get away from doing all those live streams behind the desk and switch it up a bit. Got the whiteboard, got some other stuff I'll be doing. So take care, everybody. Appreciate your support, all the super chats, my friends, and be back soon. Take care.